What is something that everyone accepts as normal that scares you? Being exploited at work, working free overtime hours, having short lunches, not using their full PTO. We are humans. We are better than this. Having the news on all day long. People love to say, you are in control of your life. But when you are being bullied, people say, just ignore it and it will go away. Now you are relying on the bullies to get bored with you. Which may take years. Saying no or telling someone I don't want to do something. Setting boundaries. Stuff like that is hard to do. I keep thinking of how I'm disappointing the person, hurting their feelings, or making them angry. When all those kids in Pinocchio turned into donkeys. The rapid increase in mass surveillance combined with the gathering and use of biometric data. I am not usually a doomsday conspiracy theorist. But sprinkle a little advanced AI on top of that and I'll go make myself a nice tinfoil hat. Teenagers having depression. So often, I see adolescents struggling with depression or other mental health concerns. Only for them to be brushed off as mood swings or teenage angst. Nobody wants to take action for those kids until it's too late. And I wish that would change. That you should have a career, future planned out for yourself before you finish high school. Why do people do this? As if people don't change as they grow. And that your ambitions stay the same. You expect teens to decide what they're gonna do with their lives before they can even drive. The fact that most of the current generation of working people in this country won't be able to have their own homes. I know a couple that will finally have paid off their home after retirement. It's a real shame. And it's not in America either. This is a worldwide issue for some reason. Europeans and the Japanese have it just as bad. It feels like these are not normal times and it scares me what peak crazy might be. Not caring about doing the right thing. Or the well-being of other people. Alexa. Edit. My sincerest apologies to all the human Alexas. Dash. There are creatures I'm the ocean we haven't discovered yet just chillin' down there. Edit. Rip my inbox. The idea that being broken down and embittered at the world is a natural and unavoidable part of growing up. Working more of your life than you do actually living. ETA. First awards ever. Thank you so much guys. Casual destruction of our environment. How acceptable it is for companies to screw people. Damn. I guess I hit a nerve. Ignoring the truth because it makes them uncomfortable. Dying lingering. Painful deaths that last for weeks, months, or even years because we're afraid of death and anti-euthanasia. If other people want to die naturally, that's up to them and they've got every right to do so. But if I am one day facing a long, painful death, I want to be peacefully and painlessly killed via euthanasia. And I should have the right to do so without risking the doctor performing the procedure going to jail. To be clear, I do not want to die via euthanasia either. The ideal way of going would be peacefully in my sleep. Or alternatively, some kind of instant death via explosion or whatever. I would prefer to die without artificial means to either end or prolong my life. But euthanasia should be available as an option. Not a requirement. For those who want it and are facing terminal illness. The amount of plastic in everyone's homes in the form of temporary food packaging. It doesn't seem like much until you pay attention to it. And then think about how much of it you alone are guilty of discarding. This stuff is literally everywhere. Even in the lowest parts of our oceans. The cost of education. Swimming in deep water. Especially murky, unclear. Fuck that shit dude. Edit. So I have also just come across thanks to you guys and holy shit. This is nightmare fuel. Biking in traffic. Edit. I was thinking of bicycles but as others have pointed out it's dangerous for motorbikes too. I live in NYC and even cyclists in bike lanes get hit and killed regularly. Big nope from me. That being in debt is normal. So many people just keep digging that hole with some amorphous thought that they will pay it all back eventually. Even if they know deep down that it just won't happen. Posting pictures of your kids online. Having to work more than one job to survive. Edit. Thank you for the awards. First time that's ever happened. Maybe one day we can make a difference and everyone can live happier lives. Animal factory farms churning out antibiotic-resistant bacteria as a result of raising animals in deplorable conditions and close quarters while overusing antibiotics. It's absolutely terrifying, yet we as a population accept it. This will be a major health crisis in our lifetime and we'll all act so shocked when it comes. Edit. Long but fantastic article on the topic, https www.Scientific American.com article, How Drug-Resistant Bacteria Travel from the Farm to Your Table. Edit 2. Thanks for all the engagement. I know we all have ideas on how this could or should be addressed. 99% of US meat is factory farmed and we make a choice every single time we go to the grocery or a restaurant to either denounce the practice or to continue to fund and support it. I highly encourage everyone to consider veganism. Learn more about factory farming. Earthlings. US. Dominion. Aus. Land of Hope and Glory. UK. Giving a scientist and a crank equal credibility in news debates. As if scientific consensus versus pseudoscience non-science is something to be debated. People denying or not believing in science. As though it's a set of ideologies you can choose to align with rather than simple observation of cause and effect. Driving. It terrifies me. Putting every single life event or happening in your life on social media, people literally trying to do things so that they have something to post. And those weird people that ask you to post pics of them on your social media. Make sure you post that photo of us. Not believing concrete facts. That I'm supposed to just bleed for a week every month. For 30-odd years of my life. Who invented this abysmal system? Death. I'm freaking terrified. Yeah, your body will literally stop existing one day. But that's perfectly normal. Also, it's literally the only thing in Earth that's 100% unavoidable. But that's totally fine. Like WTF. Major news outlets deliberately leaving out information. Selecting out misleading headlines. Or having strong political biases, agendas. Edit. I'm seeing more and more replies using the "they are the bad ones" argument. No. Almost all news sites do this. Not just CNN. Not just Fox ECT. The fact that you feel that way means you're likely the very target audience these news agencies feed off of. You are very reason for my fear. Recognize this and maybe take all of your major feelings on a topic and just search for arguments for and against your stance from other sources. If you're listening to someone you 100% agree with, listen to someone you believe you wouldn't. It's fine if you laugh along, but if they present viable information for their arguments, follow it up. Getting in a cylinder made of sheet metal and insulation and sitting in it going 800 kilometers per hour through the icy vacuum 30,000 feet above the earth. Sharing personal information. Driving. You get so used to it and it becomes automatic, but your life can change in an instant. Sitting on a cliff ledge or in general sitting on the edge of something that is really high. Like, what do I do if you fall? I legit get anxious anytime I see someone do this. The fact that most people on this planet will have to work for at least 40 to 50 plus years of their entire lives. Edited to 50 plus years. Even more depressing. Having kids. The thought alone makes me stressed out. Overall climate change and disasters. Images of plastic building up on eastern coasts. Oil tankers spilling over. Wildfires in California making the state look like a Blade Runner 2049 scene. Amazon still burning and being cut down as we speak. In the area I live in Germany, we have had really dry summers in the past years, which is not normal. It has always been a popular joke that it's always raining here. But now I can't even remember when was the last time it rained. All the dry weather has been a catalyst for bark beetles killing off our bark trees. Which led to the government cutting any and all of those dead trees down. Now there are open gaps. Spaces. Or wounds, how I see them, in areas where trees should stand but don't. Icebergs melting at an alarming rate. Stronger and more powerful hurricanes. Death Valley hitting a record high temperature. The amount of fucking littering that happens and how caring about the environment seems to be considered a liberal thing. It's sickening. That. And also just a general disregard for others. Treating kids as inferior beings. I don't know how hitting a child solves anything. That being a virgin at 18 plus is crazy, looked down upon. Taking the side of a friend, family member, partner even when they're clearly in the wrong. If you really care about someone, call them on their bullshit so they can take a step toward bettering themselves. Don't just sit there and reinforce their shitty behavior. That's cowardly and not good for anyone in the long run. How stupid some people are. How entitled people are. How little people care about each other's well-being. The me first mentality. Sigh. That thing. Not everyone. But definitely far too many people are okay with driving high. People I know do it daily. Many of those people believe it makes them a better driver. Or they've done it for long enough that they're fine. Being stressed out 24/7. It's like a lifetime trend that you must have or else you're doing life wrong. Using religion as justification for being an asshole. Child beauty pageants. I don't know if I would say that everyone accepts these as normal. But the fact that they are still around and still pretty popular is concerning. Greed and materialism. It genuinely disturbs me that most people treat life like it's a game and the only thing that matters to them is winning and getting ahead, even if it means letting people around them suffer. I feel most people lack empathy and are sociopaths, but people still lie to themselves believing they are good people.